Would you wear jeans to a White House state dinner? Would you wear shorts to a job interview if you knew the company was traditional? Would you wear an evening gown to an afternoon barbecue? Of course not. Social situations exist in various contexts. It's common sense that informal social situations require informal attire and formal social situations require formal attire. But oftentimes students forget that the same idea applies to writing. Context matters. Academic writing is formal, so it requires more formal language. Academic writing is formal, so avoid these four things: using just an author's first name, using first and second person points of view, using slang, and starting sentences with coordinating conjunctions. We'll discuss each of these on the subsequent slides. Avoid using just an author's first name. Let's look at this excerpt from a student essay. You see she uses Sherry Turkle's first name. Too informal. When you first mention an author, use his or her full name. Thereafter, just use the last name. Avoid using first and second person points of view in most academic writing. There are some exceptions. For instance, a personal essay. Sometimes you'll be required to write a narrative essay about a personal experience, and in that case, you would use I, me, my, which is first person. If you're writing an essay explaining to somebody how to do something, that is then appropriate that you would use you or second person point of view. But in all other circumstances, both of those should be avoided. And certainly in this class, unless I've specifically indicated that you're doing one of those types of essays, you're going to avoid using first or second person points of view. Let's look at this essay, excerpt from a student essay in which she's used both first person point of view with I think and second person point of view with you. Both of those can be eliminated and to make the excerpt sound more formal. Sometimes it's easy to slip into using you. I find it's a challenge for students to get that out of their writing if they have a tendency to use it. So one editing feature that really helps on your computer is the find feature. So when you're editing your paper, just press Control F simultaneously, and that will usually activate your find feature in your word processing program. You can type in you and your computer will find all instances where you use that word or any version of it so that you can change it. When you get to a sentence with you, sometimes students find it difficult. They say, well, I'm not sure how to rewrite it without using that word. If you just think about who you're really talking about, sometimes it makes it easier to rewrite the sentence. Let's look at an example. You get a bad feeling at the very start of a Bonnie story. Who does the student mean by you in this sentence? Well, the student really means readers get a bad feeling. So that's the noun that the student should have used. Avoid using slang. Not only does it date your paper as slang comes and goes, but it's too informal. Avoid starting sentences with coordinating conjunctions. What are coordinating conjunctions? There are 7 of them, and an easy way to remember it is through the acronym FANBOYS. It's not grammatically incorrect to start a sentence with a coordinating conjunction. Some of you may have been told that it is, but it's not. It's just too informal. Pause the slide and see if you can read this paragraph and identify the instances of informality in it. Then you can see if you were correct by looking on the next 2 slides. I've put the informality in red here so that you can see how you did. The next slide contains the rewritten version.